So that's pretty good. Okay. Is there anybody else I wanted to let know that I was live? I did that one, that one, that one. Okay, I think we're good to get started. Ah, no, there was one more. Just a moment. Good evening, this is Jupiter Exile. Just letting some folks know that I'm online. Okay, there we go. That's everybody been informed. Now we're getting back to the game. Sorry about all that, but you know, gotta try to spread out the brand, get the viewership up. Anyhow, we are starting just after beating Half-Light Spear of the Church in the Ringed City DLC. We also still have not beaten the Soul of Cinder, so we've got to turn around and do that at some time soon. As for this week, we'll be running this today, of course. I haven't decided on a game for Wednesday. I was playing the Riftbreaker, but instead I might just be playing more Dark Souls 3 at that time. And try that one more time, and if not, we'll just go offline. I don't do much online interaction except for the messages, so one way or another is fine. But yes, we'll be starting to get busy with all of the holiday considerations, getting to this next week. December's always so busy. I was setting up plans with some friends to go out to a nice dinner, which is one of my... Okay, we'll just go offline. Come on. And paying for a nice dinner for a whole bunch of people is my way of avoiding doing a lot of Christmas shopping. Okay, here we go. So yeah, we're just after having beaten Half-Light. What is in store for us up this elevator? Have any jump-off points that I need to be aware of for loot? Looks pretty tame. Okay, is this setting us up? Okay, we've got a dramatic staircase. Alright. Don't you dare, says the community. So perhaps we're soon to meet this Filianor. How alike to that moment with Guinevere back in Dark Souls 1. How peculiar. Is this then the Egg of Midir, or something of that nature? With it that close to crumbling, how's she been leaning on it all along? The roots under her eyes seem reminiscent to the various hollows that are turning into trees. Oh my. I suppose this then is the reason why it was proper to guard her. But I can't I can't take any responsibility for this. Oh, I see. We've stepped beyond the illusion. In the same way that Anne Orlando was portrayed in one way by the remnant of some princess, we're now outside of that. I imagine we're in for some rough stuff, so we're going back to our regular equipment. Where is it? Raw Dragon Slayer's Axe, and we will be using the Knight's Ring and the Hunter's Ring. Take off the Dark Clutch for now, so that we're a little sturdier. And the last ring is pretty flexible. I'm going to go with the Lloyd's Sword. This will help us kill things faster. So we're now in a giant area, very reminiscent of the Kiln of the First Flame. It seems there's nowhere we can progress down here. So I would suppose the gaping hole in the wall might be more appropriate. No? It starts too high? This gaping hole in the wall, then. So, let's see, is that the ringed city over there and we've been transported somewhere? Or is this the truth of the ringed city? It's a giant pile of ash.
Eleanor, help me, please. The Red Hood is come to eat us.
One wearing crown.
Our dark souls.
I can't say I recognize the look of the crown necessarily. Let's see, where does this put us? I was reading a bit more about the lore between now and then, the origin of the world in a state of gray, where there were only dragons and arch trees, and that when fire came and the arch trees were burned down, that is the origin of man, that man rose up from those ashes. And so, as the fire fades and crumbles, men will return to its state as trees, a sea of ash serving as a growth bed for the return to gray. In this way, man is like a firelight. It can only burn but for so long. It was Gwyn's sin to offer up humanity as fuel to sustain the flame.
What still here? Hand it over, that thing, your dark soul. For my lady's painting.
Are you starting to set down roots as well? Oh boy, I didn't think this fight was coming yet. I have missed something. This is supposed to be the last, so I have missed something I was supposed to do. Let's see. Alright, let's look back then. Because I'm certain that I've just taken a wrong turn in terms of finding Midir. Yeah. If that leads off to fight Slave Knight Gael, you're meant to be the end. Let's see. There was the thing there. So there was the door there. I think it would be after. It's got to be after the Demon Prince. Huh. I might have to look up where to go for this precisely. Guessing I have to fall down somewhere. But I didn't know that was an optional fight for the DLC. Let's see, I had thought it might be through here, but... Okay. So, yes, this was the route to Half-Light, Spear of the Church. So, this was the bridge where I was being accosted. And I'd imagine that's where I need to go. I also need to check on the items I acquired after beating Half-Light. Yes, I acquired Philinore's Spear Ornament, proof of a church spear's fulfillment of duty. So I presume that has to do with joining the church spears, which I think is an option. Though I don't know how to do that. Let's see. Hey, good evening. Thanks for joining in. I am looking around for a boss that I seem to have missed. I'm not sure where to find him just yet. But there's supposed to be a fight with a dragon. Luring it out required ahead. Try charging. Praise the safe zone. Okay. Okay, so I'll set this as the current bonfire. I'm not going to be able to get that lizard, perhaps ever. That's right, you're supposed to run down, and then it's over something. Ah, that's right, it's higher up first in order to get through here. But this is just stuff I've already done. No, I can't bone while there's an invader. Ugh. Might as well just get cracked in the noggin then. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, where is... How does one get to Midir? Make sure that's muted. Okay. Blocked off by an illusory statue, then. Going through things blind is one thing, and that's nice and important, and I like that. But yeah, I just pulled up a video, a really quick one, or rather, I pulled up the wiki. Oh, I missed the I missed my turn off. No, is it over here? It would be... Wait, did I already open this with the right one? I had gotten through there, and there was up here. Yeah. Ow. I guess I have to fight this guy since I... Oh, whoops, wrong item. Gonna harass me. Hey, you. Rude. Okay, so I already kicked down one illusion and got back here, and I got an item. And it's not there's an illusion further behind this one. So, alright, that quick article I pulled up said that one of the knight statues around here-ish is not holding a sword. I think they were saying it's up in this next room, or perhaps it's in the spot where you roll off the elevator. Well, all of these knights seem to have swords, so let's take another trip. And I believe it's facing this way that the roll-off point is. There we go. Let's see, was it the other room? You know, I had popped over to this room before, and I said, you know, this room reminds me a heck of a lot like the room in Anor Londo, below everything, where you get to Gwendolyn's Shrine. And indeed, this statue doesn't have a sword. There we go. I was not thorough enough last time. Interesting. Oh, another Filianor spear ornament. How nice. Let's take a trip and see what's in store. Ugh, more of these, like, abyss-looking statue things. Antiquated plain garb and violet wrappings. The sword isn't particularly familiar. It's got very high resistances, especially for poison and curse. Let's try that out. Oh, it's got the open shirt look. Oh my. Ooh la la. And another classic, gigantic drop into something very, very dangerous. Ooh, yep. I've seen this arena before, and it reminds me so much of Sin the Slumbering Dragon from Dark Souls 2. That was a great fight. Let's see what's in store for us here, upon this heap. Okay. First goal here is to learn as much as we can. We're going to need to keep a good eye on him, even if we're keeping him further away than we would normally want to. Okay, so he's got a down breath to a laser, followed by a sweeping laser. But it looks like the explosions only occurred on the far side. He's got some kind of very stompy setup. Looks like he's got a lot of health to work with. This is normal for a dragon. We're going to start on the tail. It's possible lightning's not very effective if this is all the damage we're doing. I think we're hitting for like 100 at a time. That seems quite low. It's kind of taking a standard cadence. That's a tail swipe attack. Let's just hope we time that well. A leap, and he takes distance, followed by a sweeping breath. 3. I'm surprised I'm not dead yet. Okay, double damage for hitting him in the face. That's big. Tail sweep. Okay, there's a quick claw. Okay. So, let's find out how we're supposed to hit him in the face. see, I would probably also do well to be putting, what's it called? I could start resining the weapon. We're not going to do that until we have a more confident grasp of some of the boss's, kind of basic setup. 300 damage on the face, I think, is probably about apt. I mean, that seems like a very normal, realistic number. I'm assuming that he's got a tail cut possibility that we're going to be going for. 'Cause I've got a lot of opportunities to attack his tail. He's got some pretty big sweeping attacks. They're not too fast. Just the right kind of dragon boss. I like his kind of four-wing design with the pitch black inkiness and everything's like broken. Very much like an injured and fallen, properly abyssal character. Okay, so he's got a dash. Gotcha. That's going to be based on a bit of a precise dodge from me, I think. I could see that he was hunched down a little bit when he did that. As for damage, the parts that have killed me so far are probably purely physical, so I could change back to the Wilhelm's armor. Let's see. Could maybe change the pants to something more flattering. I mean, I like the look of this upper body piece. The antiquated plain garb. It helps that we don't look like a leathery zombie. And ultimately, I'm expecting that the damage incoming here is going to be really a lot more than our armor would ever make us care about. I don't think changing out armor is going to give us any kind of interestingly different setup here. We could also possibly change out the Lloyd's... let me change Lloyd's Sword Ring for Lightning Clutch. I think that'll probably result in a damage gain. Let's find out. And that ends with a sweep, and he just kind of keeps going at it. Okay. I'm just kind of trying to watch the full pattern to find out where his head is going to sit as he does this. So it seems as though my best bet on that pattern is probably to move towards him somewhat. If I'm moving back, I'm giving him a lot more opportunities to hit me there. This is the kind of behavior I think he's going to do again and again, so... Gotta figure it out in between sips of tea. At some point, it might be a good idea to find out how lethal the fire breath is. Right now, I'm just kind of assuming very, very lethal. 3 days? Oh, Sully, you were asking last time about the average viewer count. The needle hasn't quite moved. I'm still at 2.7, 2.8. Yeah, so it does seem like that's going to be his preference to start the fight. The first two attempts, his second slam, I dodged through properly, and that's the optimal part for me to dodge through, from the looks of it. And if I don't dodge through it properly, I just need to know that the sweep is coming afterwards. This is going to be a while. It's also vaguely possible that I could avoid this by being at the absolute opposite side of the arena or something like that. I don't know if that's really viable. Yeah, so we just get behind him for that, and he just kind of carries on. What do you want to do next? I actually saw the telegraph for that this time. And he's taking distance. Ah, I didn't catch the telegraph that time. That's important. It looks like my ideal might be to try and be kind of mid-range with him. Either mid-range or underfoot. Mid-range will give me the opportunities to, you know, react to stuff and a better chance of hitting his head. Being by his feet might be the safer way of doing things, but I'm going to have a harder time learning his patterns if I'm staring at not him. But, like, how much can I learn by looking at a left claw the whole time? Okay, that's very lethal fire breath. So I should have run under his legs when he did that rearing back thingamajig instead of doing several rolls. Several rolls is definitely the wrong way to go. But I can hit him in the face after he's turned around after that one rush pattern. We might wind up kind of dragons layering our way through this dragon. If everything we're going to be hit with is lethal, we don't have much choice but to do that. And I don't know to what extent the Slave Knight Gael fight may follow that pattern. We can see a lot more of what Gael is doing because he's ultimately a humanoid. He's a big boy, but you can see what he's doing. Before I fight Gael, though, and after I fought Midir, I want to go back and fight Soul of Cinder so that Gael is truly and properly the final boss that I'm dealing with. Follow him after now for this, and he comes back around. I charge over. I'll bop him on the snoot. We need to change gear until the tail swipe's not an auto kill. If the tail swipe one-shots us, it's gonna be a very hard fight. That move happens pretty quickly, and he'll only use it if I'm behind him in the place that appears to be like optimally safe. Now his tail swipe might not hit between his legs, so that's something. So just switching over to Steel Protection +3 is going to be our quickest and best way to find out if there's a reasonable or viable way of surviving this attack. If this configuration with the Ring of Steel Protection and the Prisoner's Chain does not let us live through that attack, nothing is. There are little things we can do to eke out some more health in terms of the build, but they're not really worthwhile. I mean, giving up on the Lightning Clutch Ring is already a big change in our attack rating. I think our attack power is 483 right now. With the Lightning Clutch Ring on, it jumps up to 514, so it's like 30 attack rating coming out of that. Let's see what happens with this. Now, as for the tail swipe, I can always just try to go for his feet instead of the tail. I haven't seen him do a rear claw stomp. And also, when in doubt, just dodge it. Ah, we didn't die from that attack this time. But I did die from the fire breath because I didn't get a move on. Okay, so let's continue using the Ring of Steel protection. That saved us from dying in a hit. That could give us a lot more opportunities. And that was a full-blown claw swipe, which probably hits harder than the tail swipe. Hard to tell. Now, armor-wise, I think I will go back to Wilhelm's. Another thought on this, if I wasn't using this ring, I might be able to sneak in Chloranthy +3, or if I change my armor back down to a light contingent, I might be able to use the Grass Crest Shield without taking myself to heavy roll. If I have to run around as much as I think I do for this fight, then a bit of stamina recovery would be welcome. There's a misclick roll there. I can get 3 tail hits safely. He did a roar this time, that's new. What does the roar indicate? Okay, who knows what the roar indicates? Please give me your face. Oh, he gave me his face, all right. Okay, so he's got kind of a quick chomp, little snip snip, a little bit of the nom nom, bit of the chomp chomp. I got a little rocked by that. With this much health, it's going to be really tricky to get through all this. I am going to take a quick look at his weakness profile. Yeah, lightning's the best way to do it. And he's also an abyssal creature, so he counts as being vulnerable to Wolf Knight's Greatsword. Let's see. Okay. I see. Okay, so a quick tip. It seems like staying in front of him is a better way of preventing him from using certain fire attacks. So running under his legs is something we can do, but it might make the fight a lot more tedious and not necessarily give us more control. Okay, given how we just got killed, I have some ideas about how to try doing this. The thing I like most about fighting dragons in Dark Souls is that they are very planning-oriented enemies, as opposed to humanoids are very reflex-oriented enemies. Whoops, wrong item. There we go. Ah, yes, the dash. The average hasn't really moved much yet. Like I was saying before, I stream quite a lot, so it takes a lot of it takes a long time for the average to tick up. But I believe right now we're at 2.8 average viewers out of the 3 we need for affiliate. But I've got quite a lot of time for tonight, so I'll be at this, and as long as folks are tuning in, the channel is proceeding nicely. Okay, so I'm noticing that with this orientation, the fire breath attacks are difficult to avoid. Well, I had a fun, busy weekend. I was GMing for Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday, and on Sunday I was at a friend's house playing a board game. I was online for Friday, so just a little nip at his heel while I can get the time in. Okay, so that's like a bigger... This is a different kind of set of claw swipes. Yeah, you need to have a good game master to jump into Dungeons & Dragons. Somebody who knows what they're doing and can very, like, snappily move through the rules. Or who can accommodate people who don't know so well what they're doing and be a bit nice. There's a lot of people who are kind of adversarial in the way they're doing their GMing. They want to try and prove that they can, like, outthink the table, and that's no fun. I was running a game that was themed very heavily around Monster Hunter and going after, like, big giant creatures. And I placed some emphasis towards the party by running some slightly varied different rules from the norm about what's it called? About being rested and eating food and those kinds of things. D&D 5th edition is ordinarily very, like, easygoing about parties' recovery, and I wanted the party to have an adventure over the course of several days where they had to kind of manage their well-being a bit more than that. This is the easiest to dodge through breath weapon I've ever had to deal with in Dark Souls, so that's nice. This is the, I think, the several... Okay, no. It's the breath weapon ending variant. Take a drink. Ah, okay, that does a big bite after the thing there. Okay, and this is a fire trail thing. I'm gonna have to run when he does that. Off to one side or another. Looks like he basically picked a line and then just ran it. So I think if I run to the right when he does that, it'll be fine. I also think that that roar into bite is actually a grabbing attack. Well, that's good, because I did kill the boss, so... Yeah, I spent Sunday, by and large, playing Twilight Imperium with a mixed group of half folks I already knew, some who I don't necessarily hang out with too often, but 2 very close friends of mine, and then one who's more of an acquaintance, and 2 people I was meeting for the first time. And Twilight Imperium is a very long, very kind of strategic board game. It's interesting that, like, none of the individual rules for Twilight Imperium are very complex. There's just a lot going on at once. So you have to, like, manage a lot of little things. Yeah, I think that's a lethal grapple type of move. That is a stay away from it type of move. We'll get the heal here. And we'll lose that opening as the consequences for a sloppy dodge. That's the dash. I'm going to wait for him to turn around. I'll lose that opening because I didn't dodge correctly. And this is his opening pattern again. So that one I'll kind of wait and he'll turn around at the end. I think I'm a little too far away. No, I get one slap in. And he didn't do the fire breath that time, so I don't need to run another direction. This will be straight breath. What's he following? Okay, straight breath followed up by a kind of sweeping breath. Okay, that's just a 3 pattern. Ah, it was a bites. Okay. So it seems as though largely we've got just kind of tricky dodge sequences to get into. And so long as we do the dodges correctly, these patterns are they seem pretty locked in, but it's a little tricky to differentiate them. Because he's got like a 3 attack pattern, he's got patterns that end in a fire breath. And then he's got like his really big rampage pattern that ends with the double claw slam. And then the bite pattern. And the bite pattern is doing notably more damage than the claw patterns. The claw patterns don't kill us with 1 hit. 2 hits from the claw pattern will kill us. But there's enough time between the claws that if you get hit by 1, you should just roll out about twice and you'll be fine. Usually. From the looks of things. The boss doesn't have like a crazy amount of tracking. In a lot of ways, this may turn into kind of an endurance fight. It'll basically be on me to not lose my wits and my patience while I'm dealing with him. Ah, that one I did not I didn't roll out correctly. So I was still actually in the fire when he stopped. So that's a different problem. I had a lot of time to deal with that though. In a lot of these patterns, the trajectory of his claw swipe is quite clear. You just have to remember at what parts of the combination he kind of does a quick pullback swipe, like a backhand type of thing. Oh, whoops, I forgot what I was doing. Well, now the elevator will be in place for us for the next attempt. The first benchmark for the night will be getting him below 50% and seeing how the fight changes. I understand he does more damage in the second phase, but I don't know how his attack patterns are going to change. It's also going to be a question of if he's vulnerable during the transition. Are there instances where you can get off critical hits? It's very typical for creatures who have like a headshot type of setup. Yeah, that's a very get away from it type of attack. That was the bites. Yeah, a lot of the trick is that if we move too far back on any given attack, we're not getting an opening, and trying to move back into position is going to put us in danger for the next attack pattern, if I don't have the timing right. And that time I was too far away. So I needed to just get back to neutral and not worry about hitting him, and let him do another thing. Or I just needed to, you know, dodge correctly. That's also an option, any of these cases. Yeah, this is definitely one of those bosses that's just like no ifs, ands, or buts about it hard. I think that usually Dark Souls has one of these big, like, DLC optional dragons that is just a super rough and tumble fight. It harkens a lot back to Calamite, the Black Dragon, in Dark Souls 1. Which I generally consider to be the most difficult boss of the Dark Souls 1 SL1 run. Oh. That's bites. I didn't dodge the breath correctly. If we died with a crumple, I think we didn't die with a whole bunch of excess. I mean, that might be a survivable attack with a certain armor pattern. So, let's see. What can we do for fire resistance? We're getting 3.1 currently. We can get more fire resistance for less weight and various armor types. How about the Desert Sorceress? Didn't we get that earlier? Did we not get the Desert Pyromancer? That's it. The Desert Pyromancer has less fire resistance? He's a Pyromancer. Doesn't make any sense. Alright. Let's see. Black Witch Veil's got very good elemental resistances. Here's a case where the Desert Pyromancer has 0.1 more fire resistance than this. Okay, so we're not getting huge differences, and that's like 3 points of physical resistance. It's hard to remember how impactful these numbers are either, but I'm going to make a couple of changes. Change these out to Black Witch, and if it involves us carrying less weight, could I put on the Grass Crest? Yeah, it's not a fat roll, and now we have better stamina recovery. There's only so much that armor tweaks can do for us in terms of this fight, so at some level we might just not get anything for doing whatever we want to do with armor. For that matter, there's only a little bit we can do in terms of rings. Because I think the Raw Dragon Slayer's axe is pretty much non-negotiable, which means the Knight's Ring and the Hunter's Ring both need to stay there. Oh, bit of lag there. Oh, he's doing the breath. Okay, running to the right still kills me, absolutely. So I need to run to the left. Or I need to back up. Maybe he stops that fire breath before he finishes the dash. Well, it's only the second time we've seen that pattern, so. There's basically like about 8 meaningful directions we could possibly go. And a lot of them look to be on fire, so no worries about that. So in thinking of what I might be booting up on Wednesday, I might be open for suggestions. I was thinking I might play some Lobotomy Corporation. I don't think I will be on the stream on Friday. I am attending a wedding this weekend, so I need some time to pack and make sure everything is ready. I think I might be on the road Friday. I cannot quite get to his head before he starts doing this. Okay, yeah, that's the 3 pattern. I had time for 2 hits there. That was a nervous dodge. That's the big one. Don't get hit by that. That's the 3 swipe. Okay, that's just a regular reposition. No fire breath involved initially. Oh, he's doing the down fire breath. With the laser, right, with the laser. Ah, so he can choose which side the laser sweep starts on, whether it's left or right. Is this the laser again? No, it's not. It's just regular fire breath. Oh, huh! I almost dodged the wrong way on that. That's the grab. Quick sip. That's his opening pattern. That looks like laser pattern? Not quite. Ending with a straightforward breath, I appreciate that. That's the grab. Oh, I thought that was going to come with more. I am tense right now, man. Like, I am all bundled up. Very nervous. Okay, this one, I think it's this way. Got it. Yeah, you need to cross under him. And he's going to land. That's his opening pattern. Follow, 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 follow. Okay, I don't have time to hit him here. I think this is 3 attack pattern. Yes, it is. Oh, that was a 4 swipe, but it ended the same way as his 3 attack pattern. Regular reposition. Okay, this is his phase change. Okay, there's no way it's safe to stand close to him when he first does that. Is that new? That is new. Uh-oh. Please no. Okay, that was his regular 3-claw pattern. This is the same pattern that called out the phantoms a moment ago when he roared, but he didn't roar this time. That's his opening pattern. Anything new on that? Now that's something new. Okay, he just did his opening pattern twice, that's all. What do you want? That's a grab. Grab's no different for this phase, okay. That's something new. What do you got? It's a burst attack. I made the right decision. Ghosts. Spooky, spooky ghosts. Okay, that's a close fire breath. Can come in now. One hit. Not quite two hits. Messed up there. That was just a 2-claw swipe. And I can... This is maybe spooky ghosts. Yep, we got spooky ghosts. Yeah, out, roll, roll is best for that. Need to go this way, and please don't burn me to death. And you landed? Where you landed? Yolanda. Okay, this is his burst pattern. There's maybe a loose possibility of re-resoning there. Spooky ghosts, we run away and then dodge right. And then we hope this doesn't kill us. And we're okay. I can drink there. He's up, fire breath, going left. That's hits. Holy crap, I think I just criticaled him. Holy crap, he's really low. Holy shit! I killed Midir blind in under an hour! That run was so good! Woo! Oh man! Oh, I am absurdly proud of myself right now. And that was the first time I'd seen the second phase! I figured out the spooky ghost without ever seeing him before, but they didn't do that much damage, so... I mean, I got winged by him for sure. Oh, man. Alright. Alright, I feel pretty good at this game now. I haven't... like, there are people out here who are doing, like, new game +7, no upgraded weapons, all this nonsense, but I'm satisfied. That's nice. Alright. So we'll be going to Soul of Cinder now. I'm just going to stockpile a bit with these 150,000 souls. We're going to be using more or less the same gear set for Soul of Cinder. I might change out the Ring of Steel protection. The challenge for Soul of Cinder is really that he does a whole lot of stuff. Gold Pine Resin is our resin of choice against him, so we don't need to change that out. I mean, honestly, there's not actually important things to buy, so we're going to start on swag. We're just going to randomly buy boss armor. I don't usually get around to armor collecting in an SL1 run. But this is not like a Dark Souls 2 run. Okay, here we go.
Ashen 1.
Yep, so now we'll be on Soul of Cinder, which is the last boss of the original game. And then after that is Slave Knight Gael, and then we will be done after that. So for this, we have to go over to the Kiln of the First Flame. When I first fought Soul of Cinder casually, and I got into the second phase, and you get that music shift, that was so perfect. Oh man, it was so good. trick about Soul of Cinder is that he has several attack patterns that I do not remember super well. I think he's parryable in some of his phases too, but I'm probably not going to be going for that. Oh yeah. Yeah, we've been fighting so many DLC boys, like Soul of Cinder is not going to do very much damage compared to a lot of enemies. Okay, yeah, whatever. So we will have to start remembering these along the way. But I know this is already like the best weapon set for him. The fact that we can take 2 hits without dying is kind of nutty. Oof. I think, man, the people who have attempted and performed no-hit runs, they've had their runs crushed by anything and everything in truly tragic, awful ways. The utter fortitude of people to do that is so insane. Okay, so I need to dodge later on that one. Okay, I also dodged early on that. I could probably actually hit him a couple of times before dodging there. Oh. Yeah, some of my dodges actually got eaten in that case. Okay, what do we got? Spellcasting form. Okay, he's got Magical Greatsword, Soul Scatter. That's the big soul laser, right? Oh, that tracks. Right. Crystal Soul Spear. I don't know if these are actually usable as cover. Okay, here's his Karthus Pyromancer form. I think most people consider this to be the most dangerous form. Oh, could you, like, stop with the, I was wondering when those, soul mode things were gonna end. Is he just gonna do them from then on? He's out of magic form. I certainly do not remember the rules regarding Soul of Cinder. Because he doesn't play by all of the standard boss rules. He's got his own thing. He's got his own groove. It might be better to fight him with the Astora Straight Sword, because it'll do enough damage for sure. And there are a lot of cases where using a less committal weapon that can take advantage of shorter openings will be pretty beneficial. Also the reach. I'm going to try that out a bit. We'll do damage a bit slower, because certainly lightning is the way to go against Soul of Cinder. Which I think is odd. He's like paying homage to Gwyn, and Gwyn's vulnerability is fire. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. I might screw around with some parry setups, but I don't know if it's super worth. Swap that to Priestess. This affords us another ring. I might try Speckled Stoneplate here. I'll go with Lloyd's Sword. So I'm going to try seeing if I can parry a couple attacks. Especially when he's in his single straight sword phase. I think he's parryable. Genuinely don't remember. Well, he's not parryable like that. Is he backstabbable? Not like that. Magic time. That's right. He does have a crumple state. Okay, let's take some distance now. The Karthus Pyromancer form is pretty rude, from what I recall. Is that a Flash Sweat? Maybe some other sort of buff? Lancer form? Oh, that auto-corrects pretty well. Well, we got him down to half. Okay, I'm going to try and push more damage while he's in the either the straight sword phase or... Straight sword phase I'm doing okay. I'm going to continue to try to push a lot of damage when he's in caster form. I think staying away from the Karthus Pyromancer form is still going to be the correct way to do it. His attack patterns with that are pretty nasty. Gotta give a moment for my stamina. Ah, bad dodge. So there's a bit of an... When his sword goes fiery, there's some ambiguity between, like, the sweeping slash and the kind of uppercut slash. Or the stab, rather. Does he have a fiery uppercut? I don't recall. I don't know. Either way, for this fight, if we can get to phase 2, he simplifies his patterns. He stops flipping around. He's only got the one phase 2 pattern that I'm aware of. And it's got some very committal attacks that we can take advantage of big openings from. Okay, so if his sword is glowing red, he's doing some manner of slow attack that I don't need to dodge immediately. I was betting on a miss there, didn't get it. Karthus form. Poison breath. I forgot he has that. He's just got a solid variety of attacks here. Hit the buff. Lance form. Yeah, he's got reach. He's got reach. I mean, it'd be a really lucky fight if he goes from base form, where I perform very well, to a caster phase that I perform very well. And you don't need to be super good at the first phase. You can get lucky. I'm not trying to do like a perfect no-hit run. So we don't need to be breaking our back on this, really. I dodged a bit too early, so I had to do a second dodge there. Messing up and getting some buffer dodges in. Yeah, that one just now I actually thought was just going to whiff over my head, so I didn't react to it properly. take a sip while he's down. Although he falls down, he's not subject to critical. It's kind of like a little leisurely moment. He's probably about to form change. I think you get sour spot damage from this if you get hit while he's close to you. The trick about the Lance form for me is that it's got really like weird kind of persistent hitbox properties that I don't understand super well. You have to really have a good timing on your dodges for that mode. Usually, if I'm going to get killed by the boss, it's going to be in either Pyromancer form or Lancer form. It'll probably take me a few tries to remember how to do the second phase correctly as well. I don't remember the differences between all the telegraphs there. Ah, shoot. The longsword phase is actually just a good, honest fight. Ah, that was too early. I'm gonna push a little greedy during the first phase sometimes, because I know that's my like best damage opportunity. I wonder if I can go dodge out, dodge in to get a hit in for that segment. Oh, he's got... Shoot. I forgot it's a Holy Lancer. He's got force. Like he needs that junk. That is like one of the longest reaching attacks in the game. It starts from downtown. No, I just don't want to deal with you right now. Caster form. Ow. I didn't expect that to knock me up like that. Okay, that's the last instance of the light mote things. Ow. That's poison breath. That's warmth. Ah, the classic. I screwed up. Not warmth, but flash sweat. Now I'm thinking I have the idea between those two telegraphs for flash sweat and fireball correct. I'm gonna have to figure it out. There's two thoughts that I've got there. It's one, he either prefers buffs and he'll always use flash sweat if he has not already done it. Two, is that he looks at the fireball when he's casting the buff, and I'm not sure he looks at the fireball when he's going to throw it. I think he looks at me instead. Okay. Slurp. I'm gonna get hit by that, so screw up. I got greedy there. I knew I was gonna be greedy. I honestly need to stop, like, flubbing these rolls in this longsword phase, as it is certainly my best phase to push damage. Now, here's the other thought. I've gone away from parry strats. Let's try going back to the Dragon Slayer axe. I have a bit less reach here, but... now that I remember a bit more about how to handle the boss, I think I can stand to have some more committal attack patterns from me. Alright, let's try and push more damage then. Ha, he whiffed. Yeah. Yeah, I can use that for a fully charged R2. That's spicy. Oh, he can do a triple thing with that. That's lovely. Oh, I thought he might go for a phase change. So I thought, aha, I'll just go get damage in. This form always messes me up, man. That's poison breath. He's gonna give me a chance to buff, I think. He still looked at the fireball, so I was wrong about the telegraph. That'll force his phase change. I think he does a fire burst around him for this. Yeah. Yep, that's death. I gotta remember how to manage this. But at least I'll have more consistent behavior once I've gotten him down to that phase. He's just gonna have some big vicious damage attacks. From what I recall, he's got 2 different lightning attacks that involve him kneeling, and like knowing the difference and reacting to those correctly will get me through a lot of the second phase. But yeah, we were able to push second phase quicker because we managed the first phase pretty well with this axe. Now he can also give me like some friendly or unfriendly patterns on this. Anytime he's doing like a downward slam, I'm going to have an easier time pushing damage than like a basic horizontal swing. So I'm still not managing super well on like basic horizontal swings. They're just catching me. Getting caught out. There's also another question. If I switch this off to Lightning Clutch, will I become horribly dead? Interesting question to ask. I have more than enough time to buff up once I've depleted the first health bar. So we can start doing that too. Yeah. Don't dodge that wrong. He's got a few different follow-ups if he hits you with a basic attack. The basic attack is still not killing me, so I'm gonna keep to the clutch ring. I could also go with Lloyd's, but I think this is good. This is good. So I've been thinking I need to get a little bit of a light for my desk so that I have light more on the regular part of my face. So anytime I look at the stream, when I'm streaming like at night, which is most of the time, my face looks super dark. Like, even when the room's like well lit up. Yeah, that's his fake out swing. I'm low on stamina. Okay, there's a spear setup. Yeah, that still got me. That could have killed me, but I'm not dead. He has like a weird second guess moment before he does the second swing on that. Second phase for me, please. Yeah, he'll do the combo as his first choice after phasing, I think every time. Whoops, didn't quite get him. A lot of his patterns here should resemble his phase 1 patterns with the longsword. Okay, there's the lightning throw, standard thing. He'll do that at mid-range. Oh, he grabbed me. Am I dead? Yeah, grab his death. So you can use the... That was a bit as a follow-up from a swing. I was less ready for that than a raw grab from Gwyn. Because Gwyn doesn't grab out of anything else. He only ever just grabs as a basic thing. And it doesn't cover a lot of room. Like, the grab is one of the biggest things you need to pay attention to when fighting Gwyn in Dark Souls 1. You push a lot of damage. Alright, come here. I need to practice your second phase, so you gotta die quick. Don't you run away. I am the one who dodges. Ah, we still don't get killed by that. That's good. Eh. Yeah, I was at the wrong spot for that to happen, as I was trying to back up and find an opportunity to heal. Once he started that charge and he's got the orbitals around him, I'm like, okay, how can I actually close in on this while he's got the orbitals up? And I needed to just run. I was thinking I might be able to beat his tracking with a couple rolls, but at that range, it's tough. I think if I was further away, I could do a couple rolls and just evade the attack, which is probably the correct choice in that circumstance. And that's one of the tricks of, like, baseline... that's one of the tricks of Soul of Cinder. He could just go caster form and, like, decide to throw orbs in your face. And you may not have an answer for that, because there isn't really one. I thought he might kill me there, but I'm not dead. Oh, I'm not dead. That's nice. Poison breath. I'm not in the mood to deal with him buffing, so I've been trying to pressure him more. Oh, I threw a fireball from inside the poison cloud. That's very rude. Ah, you can just do that into that. I did vaguely recall there were reasons why I really don't like this phase. Of course he's going to use orbitals. What else is this phase about? Great. This might get me. Nope. I did the right thing this time. Second phase, please. So he's gonna do the combo straight away. Oh no, he did a leap first. He does leap into combo. 3, 4. Burst. Slappa, slappa. Nyeh, bad dodge. So you see there, I only got like 4 hits on him grand total. The second phase doesn't have a ton of health. I mean, the boss doesn't have a ton of health relative to, like, DLC bosses and all this other junk. Yeah, I'm going to keep going with the gear set. There's nothing wrong about the gear set. Just got to dodge the stuff and do it. Man, I was super expecting that I would be doing 2 more hours of Midir at this point. Absolute twist of the night. Ah, I didn't know he could do that right after the double stab, but I think he can do that after almost anything in the lance phase. Blech. Yeah, my knowledge of the phases is very spotty. He's got like 4 different setups. He's basically got like baseline Dex, Int, and Faith, loosely. Dex being like the Karthus Pyromancer form. He's got the Faith. You could also say he's got Fire, Lightning, and Arcane. Oh, I didn't finish drinking there. Oh, the second my dodge after the hit stun didn't come out. Blech. Slurp. Oh, that was a miss. Sometimes you get those, because the terrain on the battlefield is uneven. He'll just, like, kind of randomly whiff. Very nice. Oh! He stopped being hit stunned and went into a parry stance because it took me too long to hit him. Well, that's a bit of a clip. I am forgetting to pine resin before walking to the arena. I think I saw somebody had a clip on the Dark Souls subreddit with that exact moment. Like, not a week ago. Yeah, he can do that. I might not have needed to actually dodge that. That's poison breath. Oh, he has combustion in this phase too. I think this is also the only phase where he can hit me twice and I won't die. He's kind of just a big squirrely jerk for that entire phase. Ow. The double spin can absolutely ruin you if you happen to be standing in just the wrong spot. Ah. Yeah, like I was saying earlier when I was commenting on Midir, dragon fights in Dark Souls tend to be very planning oriented because the fight changes really drastically based on like where you're positioning and that kind of thing. So you can kind of break it down and think about where am I standing, how am I reacting to this and that, because most of their attacks are slow and it's not about dodging in the moment, it's about where you're standing in the arena. Man-to-man fights like this are not like that. They're not planning oriented, they're reflex oriented largely. Like, how quickly can I realize and react to a big variety of patterns that these guys are going to throw out? Because any given decision they're going to make is going to give me just like a half second to figure out what I need to do. Often less. It'll be a half second. It'll be more than a full second if it's a truly instantly lethal move. The trick is to not miss up 2 of the half second or quarter second or whatever reactions I think it's a bit more than a quarter second. Quarter second is like the baseline dodge time in Dark Souls 2. So in Dark Souls 2, you truly have some fights where you have to make all the correct quarter second reactions. Dark Souls 3 is way nicer. Now, a lot of the problem I'm having is there are times where I'm thinking he might whiff because of the terrain, and I'm trying to move into a spot where I think he might whiff, and it's not happening. So I need to stop trying to do that. Another problem is my stamina constraint here is pretty real. What if I tried Chloranthy +3 here instead of Lightning Clutch? Where is my Chloranthy +3? There you are. Let's give that a shot, because the stamina recovery from this is friggin' incredible. And with this I can dodge just super willy-nilly, liberally, whatever. Oh, whoops, forgot to resin. Very polite, isn't he? Oh. Am I getting lazy? I might be getting lazy about how I'm handling this fight. If I'm getting too lazy about it, then I might have to switch back to Astora's Straight Sword. I really do want to preserve the I want to fight him in a setup that takes fewer hits to win. It's a pretty big difference in damage to be using the Dragon Slayer's Crescent Axe over Astora's. That was a buffered dodge that I input before I got hit by the preceding attack. I was holding back when I first did the buffer input though, but your direction doesn't buffer, only your like your dodge command does. And then I released back before it actually came out, so it dodged like weirdly forward. So there were a few oddities with that. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I think technically there's not a thing he can do that actually gives me a 2 hits in with this weapon. I need to be taking 1 hit per opening to be fully safe. There might very, very narrowly be a 2-hit opening, which might mean that the Astora Straight Sword might be the better weapon to use, because I can get 2-hit openings without willy-nilly. Then again, if I'm just focused on getting in 1 shot every time, I should be able to play it safer. So let's do that. 1. Well, up until that point, that was really good. Then I just balked on his flame charge attack, but I got him down below half before he weapon swapped. So that's a pretty good setup. Let me just focus on getting 1 individual hit between each thing. I think he staggered on about the 8th hit. I'm going to count that aloud this time, instead of counting it in my head. Like, why am I counting things in my head when I've got an audience? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drink. Ow. 6. That was a bad time to take a hit. 7. 8. Yep, the 8th hit staggered him. Oh, okay. Enough of that proliferates around from where he uses it that it will poison me. Two. 3. Ah. He adjusted that a bit, which he can. That's part of how that move works. If you're fully behind him, I don't think he can adjust that. But if you stand really too close to him, he's just going to use the Force Miracle. I think I might be able to back roll out of that and get a hit in. So I'm going to try doing that when he gets to the next Lance phase. The next time he makes that decision. Okay. Let's see what we got. 1. 2. 3. That was unsafe because I did an unnecessary roll. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Staggering him makes him lose a buff. There's 1. Free drink. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. He killed me. Lance phase! I am really bad at Lance phase. Alright, I'm just gonna stay away from him for Lance phase, I think. Even though that means basically just running across the entire arena. I am just really getting ruined by that. Okay. So we've got a stagger on every 8th hit, I believe. We're gonna keep working with that. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 'Backing it up. 6. 7. It's every 7th hit. 1. Poison breath. 2. 3. 4. Ow. Five. Lance phase. Frickin' lance phase. Six. Seven. Nope. At least one of my hits wore off in the intervening time. There was the stagger. Okay. So we need to stand close enough to trigger the full combo. I can theoretically run in for one hit, but I'm not gonna. Ah. There's the combo. 4. Burst. I ran in too close. Got hit by the burst. Think he might leap from there. 1. Went for a kick. Oh, that instant killed me. And I didn't clearly see it either. See on the replay. Okay, that was a leaping sweep type of thing. Alright, let's see. If that's one-shotting me, then I might need to make a change. I know that's doing a blend of physical and fire. Blah. Alright, let's go back to steel protection. I don't want to be getting one shot in the second phase by like short telegraph attacks. Although I think for that one I could have just rolled towards him and avoided it from a planning standpoint without having to worry about the timing. Alright, let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. Inadvisable. 5. Ugh. Of course he's doing that. I should have just attacked him. 6. If you would kindly stagger so you lose that buff of yours. Yeah, with steel protection he has to do some big stuff to kill. Even on a back roll, that still got me. And he followed it up with the spin. Ah! I got a little punked by my own nervousness on the mage phase there. If I had just gone for hits while he was casting his buff spell, I might have gotten him to stagger out of the buff spell and pushed more damage, and I wouldn't have had to deal with the Karthus Pyromancer when it came out. No, it wasn't the Pyromancer that got me, it was the Lancer again, wasn't it? Yeah, because it was a holy force into other thing. I even back rolled out of it, but it's not enough. It's big enough to deal with that. 1, 2. Three, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, Ah, he did the delayed swing thingy. Sheesh. He seriously got like just enough setups out of the basic attack. That being at low health is just really hard. Or being hit by that attack is really bad. So I'm thinking in terms of getting in 2 hits in a window, if I can predict what he's doing well enough to walk out of it, then while he's still, like, executing the move, I can get in the first hit, and then I can do 2 hits. 1. But that only applies to the really big telegraphs. 2. 3. 4. 5. Need stamina. 6. 5. Poison breath. That gives me a lot of time to do what I want to do, whatever that might be. Okay, Lance phase again. Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just fall down. Just get it. Just get down. Two, 3, 4. Slab. Oh, that was the down lightning. Okay, back to full. Ow. I didn't get the dodge timing quite right. That hurts a lot. That's the big one. Yeah, that one's actually really simple to dodge. Down lightning can be tough to avoid, but if you avoid it, you get a safe in. Ooh, I thought that dodge was too early and I might have died. Yep. Okay. A kick. A couple of them. Okay, there's the Soul of Cinder down. Whew! Yeah, the second phase is much more formulaic. You can just kind of method through it, take it easy. And that gives us the Soul of the Lords. We also have the ability here to summon the Firekeeper, which is related to a possible ending sequence that we could do, but that's not what we're about right now. What we are about right now is I'm going to walk on out of here, and I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll be getting on to attempts on Slave Knight Gael, the last boss of the run. So I'm just going to quickly head back to Firelink. I don't think there's any meaningful items we can grab, but that seems meaningful. Be right back. Alright, we're back. I'm gonna buy more boss armor swag.
Ah, well met, Ashen Hound.
Let me make sure I have bought the boss armor swag from like a decent set of various bosses, because this can actually serve as like snapshot proof for completion of some things. Oh, you can even buy what what's it called? What Sister Frida wears. Yeah. I could technically buy even more Rings of Sacrifice. Woo. Quite the chuckle you've got there, madame. Alright. So the Soul of Cinder, I had been considering a formality. Like, it was definitely something we would have to go through, but I knew I would get him beaten. I didn't think it would even take like that long. And yeah, we got him beaten in less than an hour from where we were before. This is the real challenge I expect, because when I walked in here and got splattered earlier, That was my first ever fight with Slave Knight Gael. So we're going to have to go through fighting him quite a few more times until we have a good understanding of what to expect with this. I just got murdered. Oh, I'm not dead. I'm embered. Duh. Okay, that's got a pretty long delay on it. I'm not dealing very good damage to him. Ugh, his chest is really something. 183 per hit. That's like okay. Okay, he's got a good bit of delay on his swings. I actually need to just give him more time before I dodge. Okay, so he's going to groan before he goes into a big retaliatory thing. Yeah, buddy, you are not doing so hot. He's got like a big gaping super dark sign. Okay, let's see. So I'm guessing that the best damage type against him is probably fire, but I don't really have a strong fire weapon, so we're just going to keep going with what we got for now. Figuring out his attacks is going to be more important than pushing damage for a good while. We can worry about that more once we've seen the Phase 2, and we need to practice it. I am still dodging that much too early. It's interesting how he, like, is kind of lazily flinging about a rusted blade. How he moves like a beast and drags the weapon behind him. His cloak is like kind of bursting with the with things that look like the heads or skulls of dead men. I was wondering how well he could autocorrect that attack, and I think the answer is yes. He can autocorrect that attack very well. Also, that stab at the end hit further out than I expected it to. Old codger ahead. Nice, nice. Ah, I got hit by it. That's lethal. With no Ember, that's lethal. Yeah, I gotta get the dodge timing for that down, because he's gonna keep using it. Even if I came into the fight embered, which I could afford to do like probably 30 times at least. We can't just be made a chump of by that attack. Okay, it's got a pretty set trajectory. Ouch. Okay, so it takes like one hit beyond staggering him to actually trigger the rush. Nope, here's the rush. Yeah. He reminds me of the look of the blood-starved beast. Ah, that's gonna hurt. That was way too early on a dodge. 2, 3, 4. Not dead. That's good. Ah, he's still doing stuff. I'm not sure if I had seen that attack with a couple of stabs. Okay, so that's about a quality of fight. Like, I went through enough cycles that it felt like I should probably be in phase 2 if I was doing the best damage type. Or he just has a lot of health, because he's the final boss of all of Dark Souls. What is the best thing to hurt you with? Oh, he's actually resistant to Slash? Oh, and he's considered Abyssal. Strike and Frostbite. Okay, Well, let's think about what we can do in terms of strike damage that's pretty effective. I mean, I could always go back to the good old classic reinforced club. End Dark Souls SL1 as it began. With our good friend, the raw reinforced club. Which does not do bad damage, by the way. Okay. Let's see. If we're doing that, I think I might use... Let's try with the sword ring to push more damage through this. Yeah, certainly like having lower damage, we're going to be more sensitive to that. And we'll hold it in 2 hands as well. Let's see, some of our other options for this might just be an ordinary mace, like the Dark Souls 2 SL1 of old. A lot of things to get familiar with here. Yeah, I'm like loosely learning the patterning on his various attacks, but it's very difficult to articulate. That's the attack that killed me just last cycle. Just last attempt. Alright. I do have to check the damage number readout the next time I hit him to see how much I'm doing. There aren't that many different blunt weapons we can equip to try and like have a better go at that, damage-wise. 177. It's actually pretty solid. If it's possible to bleed him, this will be a distinct gain. He's staggering really frequently with this. Ow. Okay, here's the big thing. 2, 3. You can mess up any hit in that. You can mess up like any one hit in that sequence. Just don't mess up twice. Ack. I got that very wrong. I think, what's it called? Getting hit by the blast from that is not necessarily lethal. Getting hit by the sword is absolutely lethal. Don't get hit by the sword. Right, right. Two, three, 4 hits. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, I have really low stamina. Yeah, I just actually ran out of the stamina to continue dodging that attack, and I have not found the means of getting behind that attack, which is pretty tricky. I'm probably going to add Grass Crest on back to this setup, because I've got... I can't tell how my equip load is going right now. Not even looking at the right menu. 1, 2. It's too early. Yeah, he's still doing stuff. Three, 4. Nope. Stun decayed. Yeah. The feint to leap to slam. Ow, I dodged right into it. Certainly a tough customer. Alright, I want to see a bit more of the fight. So, let's see. He hasn't taken a bleed proc. He's taking stagger pretty readily. I'm going to try some fire damage up in here. One of the notes checking the wiki article is that he's actually vulnerable to poison. I have enough chances to hit him. I might actually try to see if I can hit him with the, if I can proc poison with the Corvian Great Knife. It's not the Corvian Knife, it's the Rotten Brew Dagger. There's a bit there where it was like, oh, he actually missed. And he's like, no, that's just a feint. Slam. Whew. Yeah, like that time, he didn't kill me with the slam. Yeah, I got pretty greedy on the number of attacks and spent out all my stamina. You don't want to do that if you are interested in surviving this fight. Alright, I'm going to try a setup with the Rotten Brew Dagger, but I'm going to use it, right, because I can use it whether or not I have rings. Both of these weapons actually work regardless of rings. So I could try adding in, like, the Ring of Favor or something? I don't know. Let's try that out. We'll see what happens. It's going to take a heck of a lot of these to get the proc either way. Oh no, he's actually poisoned right now, isn't he? Oh, I'm dead. I did poison him, though. Yeah, he's taken ticks of damage. I think, and actually this is a very non-committal way of attacking. I can sneak in hits between a lot of what he's doing. So let's try this out. I have to wonder if people in the community consider this to be, like, a foul against Slave Knight Gael. This is a melee-only run, but it's not a poison-free run. I never set that restriction on myself. And it's very cheap from a stamina perspective. That's gonna hit. He's poisoned now. I think so long as he's poisoned, I should have the weapon swapped. So I think what I want to do is proc poison with the knife and then change the weapon over. Because I think continually hitting him doesn't do much while he's still poisoned. It just prolongs the poison. So we could maybe think about weaving that in periodically, but I don't think it's that beneficial to do. He is poisoned. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's very tricky, very difficult to consistently dodge him. I'm going to take this back down to the Knight's Ring so that I have the so I can switch between the weapons fluidly without having to put both hands back on the club. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 hits has gotten him inflicted with poison. And it was the 10th hit with that weapon that staggered him. Ow. That will get me. One thing that's tricky about this is that, what's it called? All the sliding around he's doing in the ash does also make it a little notably harder to read some of his telegraphs. It's not like there's a spot I can fight him around here that is not covered in an absurd amount of ash. That's kind of the motif. One, two. 3, 4. 5, 6. Yeah. Whew. I think I might have interrupted his nasty rush, or I just didn't like perceive it the same way as usual. He feels more aggressive all of a sudden. Ah, same thing. Yeah, the dragon cut to overhead slam has gotten me a couple of times. It's been really difficult to deal with. The poison takes effect on him pretty quickly, and I think is doing pretty good effective damage compared to how like quickly I can get that in. So I think it's a good component of the strat. Oh, shoot. I would like to fight him on the level ground instead of this slope. Let me try, in the beginning of the fight, moving him down a bit. As I want to be able to see all his telegraphs from the same angles while I'm fighting him. So let's fight down here. Come on. I just gotta watch to make sure he doesn't do the grab stab. Yeah, this is around, I think, a good spot to see what he's doing very, very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. I didn't get the 5th. 7. I can basically just use the dagger until he staggers, and then switch off. Yeah, I need to hammer on dodge so hard for that bit. Yeah, he can like turn fully around for that. One, two, three. Ooh, okay, we triggered a cutscene for the phase change. So I'm seeing now that he's a lot easier to control and understand if I'm giving him just a little bit of space between all his attacks and setups.
Is this the blood? The blood of the dark soul.
Uh-oh. Blood of the Dark Soul. Oh no, he hasn't had two hands on his weapon this whole time. Okay, he didn't refill his health or anything, but he does trigger second phase without going to actually 50%. So more than half the fight will be in this mode. I was aware he had a crossbow. Okay, he's got Holy Discus as well. Some kind of magical cape junk. Okay, yeah. We are very one-shottable, it seems. Okay, he seems to present fewer openings for this phase. Let's get at it again. We got a lot to learn from this point. We've barely learned enough about his first phase patterns to get through it. It's not going to be a reliable clear yet. He's poisoned. Have a good night, man. Thanks for tuning in. The Dark Soul was inside you all along. I was out of stamina, so I had to take a gamble on taking one of those hits. In that case, I don't know which one I'm supposed to let myself take. I probably need to just try rolling out 2 more times, and I would have enough delay before the last hit that my roll would be back up and ready before he did the down stab. Oh, that was too early. Let's finish poisoning you. Ouch. Yeah, his leaping stab is pretty much always going to make for a safe drink. Or a safe couple hits if I don't need to drink, which I should try to make the reality as often as possible. That's the better way to avoid that. to just not be in the same town. Take a drink on that. Alright, I think that shot with like the sun to his back while he's jumping was wicked cool. Little hard to see though. Okay, he's no longer poisoned. Uh-oh. Ah, I didn't dodge the last attack correctly. Shoot. Yeah, I think from that rush, like if I take one hit, I don't mind super much. Sometimes I think if you take the third hit, the fourth hit becomes a guarantee. So I think you need to take either like the first or the fourth hit. Maybe it's the first, second, or fourth. Let's get locked on before we super die. I think this is one of those fights where you'd be crazy not to lock on. Ouch. Ah, shoot. For the first phase, he spends a lot of time being passive, so usually I'm just going to try to drink if I get if I'm like stancing off with him. Naturally, that's not always going to be correct. During the second phase, I don't know like what opportunities I might have to drink at all. He looks like he's throwing stuff around pretty constantly. They got the poison effect off. I want to lure him a bit further down the hill, just for like ease of seeing him. Oh, I thought I might be able to like outwalk that. I chose the right time to step back. If only I'd stuck with it. Now I don't get that opening. I got a drink. I'll have to re-poison him soon. he's poisoned. Yeah, no flexibility to take a hit that time. I'm like having difficulty telling whether or not I had two hands on the weapon. It's delaying me a bit. I wish they gave you just an icon in the lower left overlaying the weapon that showed whether or not you had two hands on it. Okay, so for second phase, he's gonna like set himself down here. Okay, so his cape still hit me there. That's a very damaging ouch. Okay. Ouchie, ouchie. Yeah, I can almost guarantee I'm going to need to, like, watch somebody else do this before I can understand how to best handle the second phase. Because I've seen a fragment of the attacks so far, and I'm going to have to know a lot. But I might be able to piece it together over the course of, like, 4 hours or so. I'll just take a sip there. Ah, right, that's the late swing. That pattern is real easy to understand. I knew I had a stagger so that I could drink off of that. This time, I did not have the leeway to drink. Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do better for the first phase from a planning standpoint. I think I just need to execute as far as the first phase is concerned. I've still got a lot to learn about the second phase. Like, I have no idea what the actual hit properties are on that cape that follows after a lot of his moves. It seems as though sometimes that might stop me from dodging through a move properly, or I might, like, take some collateral. And it seems as though he's got a lot of things he can do that will prevent me from healing in the second phase. Yeah, I don't want to deal with him like half embedded in that hill. I need to be able to see his sword and how he's moving his arms. And if he's like up on a slope, a lot of his sword will kind of clip into the terrain. He still had more after that. There's a safe drink. used a lot of Estus on this rendition. Ah, I got greedy. I was kind of trying to see if I could pop a stagger, but it takes like 12 hits or so to pop a stagger with the knife. So it's like it's a thing you can do. It's just not, you know, a smart thing to do. Let's see. So the raw reinforce, while I'm at it, this is a requirement of 12. I think there's another striking weapon that I might be able to get at that has a higher requirement. It's going to hit harder. Let's see, where's my mace class? I've got the Blacksmith Hammer. I need to use a ring to wield this. And it requires a slightly higher strength. I would like for something that only requires strength, but it looks like I don't really have things waiting in the wings. Of that variety. I could try and get like around using the Great Wooden Hammer, but that's going to be a lot slower. Yeah, I think basically, if we were going to make an adjustment, we'd probably be buying a regular mace from one merchant or another. And trying to make use of that. Let's see. He's not doing the follow-up swings on those at all. It's weirding me out. There he goes. There's another one. One. Okay. Two. 4. 3, 4. 1. Okay. 2, 3. 4. Get stamina back, please. 1, 2. Ah, I had a really dangerous buffer dodge in there. Threw off my cadence a bit. So I have to count his strikes for the combo, but I'm also trying to count my my hits for hit stun purposes. And I could use more stamina if I put the grass crest on my back. I'm still dodging it a pretty capable way. I'm gonna like check something after this and find out he's parryable in the first phase and feel like a dummy. I think the setups where he's got the like strong, quick backswing, I just need to not interact with him for a bit on that. I don't need that kind of ambiguity in my life. One. 2. Okay, 1. No, that's zeroed out because he just got stunned. 1. 2, 3. 4. Wrong. 4. This should stagger him. 2. Wrong again. I just can't stay accurate on this. Ooh. Thank you. I will choose to not die at that particular moment. Just come back later. Ouch. 2 more. That's a good attack choice. I need to get one hand on the dagger. Dangerous. Okay, we got the second phase again. We've got a lot of time to resin going into second phase. That's just a note. He does drop poison going into second phase, and I don't know if he's vulnerable to poison just yet. Those come back in, right? Those discus? Yeah, they do. So they come back in on a delay, so after he does the discus, I have to rotate to the other side of him to make sure the discus don't kill me. As, like, I mean, other things can totally still kill me, but, okay, so I'm thinking with the Grass Crest integrated as part of this, the weapon swap is getting a little bit complicated, so I'm going to just use the club. I'm going to stop using the poison part of the strat, even though I think the poison part of the strat is pushing a pretty good amount of damage. Let's just focus on the fundamentals here. It's every third hit. 1. It's every third hit as long as I get them in quickly, I think. Ah, I didn't get the heal off in time. That's just F. No point in mashing. I think after this next attempt, I'm going to see about... I'm out of raw gems, aren't I? Shoot, I don't have raw gems to prepare another, like, raw mace. That'll probably get me explicitly less damage. That time it was 4 hits. It's possible I might have triggered a counter hit. I think that can do more stagger. Okay, yeah, when he does that long run, he does have a preference for using the grab stab afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I dodged the I dodged a non-ideal direction for that one. Oh, that one came up really short. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it certainly helps to play Dark Souls if you happen to have a history in rhythm games. Sekiro is also like very rhythmical in terms of how you're dealing with a lot of boss fights. Well, not even boss fights, just a lot of fights. Parry timing is a very like rhythmical exercise in Sekiro. Man, that beard is so grody. That is beyond grody. Okay. Gotta get to the other side of him. I have no idea what stuff he's gonna do. Ouch. Okay, I got hit by him drawing the blade up. This is the part of the fight where we have like a lot of pressure from the Estus. Whew. Alright, we're lasting longer now. Oh, this is something. Ouch. Uh-oh. Staggered you. I'm out of stamina. Ack. Friggin' cape slaps. Alright, we're out of Estus now. And there's still like half a boss left. The cape, man. The cape is good. Yeah, alright. I need to have, let's see. How much do I need to change what I'm doing? The cape is a strategic factor on the fight rather than like a momentary factor on the fight. Like, I need to know before he's making the attack what I need to do about the cape component of the attack. Which is basically, the cape punishes you for messy dodges. Like, if you're dodging to the wrong side of him or the wrong location, it's not a timing thing. It's a positioning thing. I think usually, and it seems almost all the time, you want to dodge to the right, and like kind of close to him. And it seems like usually you're not going to get hit by the cape when that happens. But if you do like a dodge out on his stab or something, well, on like his stabs or his chops, and the cape is like flopping down out afterwards, you're definitely going to take a hit from that. Okay. This is about the time to start trying to optimize portions of the fight, I think. So I'm going to go back to like the high wall and change back to some other gear. I want to get another raw gem, so I'm going to farm for a little bit. And I can use that to get myself some other kind of strong blunt weapon. I know that because he's not bleeding, the raw reinforced club is not doing the best for me here. Alright, so in terms of farming, we definitely want Covetous Gold +3. We can exchange this for the Sun Princess ring. And maybe something else. Probably doesn't matter much. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Oh no, actually, is this who's attacking HP from criticals? Right, because I didn't get the Pontiff's left eye that does like HP from kills, which could be useful for this, because I want to run around with Symbol of Avarice on for extra drop chance. I just need to be sensitive about my declining HP while I do that. So it's basically any hollow around this area has a chance to drop a raw gem, and this is the best place to farm them. They have all sorts of stuff that they can actually drop. So we might have to do a few renditions of this. I'm thinking probably just an ordinary mace will be the go-to weapon for this. It's got like similar reach and attack speed. It's like a little bit faster compared to the club, the reinforced club. Just get in a quick sneaky plunge attack there. There's the raw gem. That didn't even take very long. I don't need to reconfigure those just yet. Let's see. Go back to the shrine. If anybody who's watching is wondering why it is we don't have the coiled sword fragment, the reusable homeward bone, that's because we gave it to the crows for a Titanite slab a while back. Okay, I'm going to use what I have in terms of my liquid souls. It appears are actually a pretty good number of souls. Whoops. Let me just do this from the sell menu. It's easier.
Ah.
Yeah, you can just sell these things. It's fine. Okay, I'm not going to sell any of my, like, prized proof of kill souls at the moment. Now, I think you are the one who might sell what I want. Okay, the Morning Star is a very similar weapon. I don't think it's going to be advantageous. Who sells the ordinary mace in Dark Souls 3?
Ashen one.
The things that you don't expect to be like a holdup. So it might have been a weapon that was sold by Grey Rat, who we accidentally got killed in this run. Oh, right, Leonhard is up here. I can have a chat with him. He doesn't sell anything, but
brilliant. Now and if you grow, come on. Now and come on.
okay. So we could progress that, get like Rosaria's finger and all that junk. Okay. Well, I suppose I can buy the shards and chunks that I will need, or the shards and well, the small shards and the large shards I will need for the enhancement with the souls I just crunched. And then I will have to try and figure out where this thing is that I'm missing. I believe it'll take at least 10 of each of these. Because let's see, it's 2, 4, 6. So you actually need 12 of everything. So we're short 1 large Titanite shard at the moment. Alright. Do I have to go find Grey Rat? What is going on with me not having the ordinary mace? Yeah, it's originally sold by Grey Rat, so I'll have to go fetch his ashes. Yeah, he died in Irithyll. Okay, so he should be just below the kitchen. I think the Church of Yorshka is the closest thing to that, or the Distant Manor. One of these two. Let's try the Manor. I think it's just a little bit backwards from the Manor. We don't need that right now. Yeah, our walking around weapon is definitely the rawest or a sword plus 10 for this area. Nice and quick. Kills things in fine amount of hits. There are a few, like, kind of side questy things that we skipped over and didn't do. Like there's the, what's it called? There are the 2 beasts that are underneath, not underneath. They're like down the stairs after, after the Pontiff. So then it should be somewhere around here. So this was the excrement-covered ashes. And then it should be before the kitchen. So I think it's off on an offshoot along here. Okay, I think it's back there in the big grouping of them. There we are. Sorry, friend. I let you down. I got tangled up between some of the quest lines and...
Gracious and almost as if it had lived. Oh, I'm sure an ashen one's...
Oh, don't you chastise me. God dang it. Alright. Yeah, so now we've got the ordinary mace.
Ashen one.
Let's slam some upgrades into this.
Just wasn't he?
Also, don't do a lot, but I am definitely missing an Estus flask somewhere. I hate to think that might come up. There's a mace plus 10.
Pretty, I go.
Alright, let's get back on into the fight with this newly acquired Feet stick. Oh, right. I still need to infuse it. Yeah, 'cause that's a pretty notable damage deficit. I'll switch over to the Knight's Ring so I can take a look at the AR comparison. So we've got basically 270 versus like 330 without the infusion.
Just wasn't it?
And then with the infusion, yeah, that takes it to 350. So we're doing about 20 more damage per
Be
hit.
careful.
Considering how many hits we need to land, that should be meaningful. Perhaps not very meaningful, but ever so slightly meaningful. Putting back on Steel Protection +3, let's get back to fighting Gael. We could also try swapping out the Lloyd's Sword Ring for another option. Lloyd's Sword Ring is giving us damage. Damage is very helpful. What else could we do for that? We're at a 52% weight ratio, so I don't think Flynn's Ring is going to give us any more damage. We're not inflicting elemental damage, so we can't use a Clutch Ring. So if we were going to change out to something else, it would probably be Chloranthy +3. Let's try Chloranthy +3 over the Lloyd's Sword. Now, mind you, Lloyd's Sword is probably giving us about 33 AR. Previously would be giving us 35 AR now that we've made the weapon change. So, in effect, by making this choice, our weapon swap is not going to give us more damage now, it's going to give us more stamina instead. Yep, I realized just as after I had input the swing, oh man, he's about to do a backhand, isn't he? Yeah, he's a tricky guy. Also, using the mace in two hands, I could also unequip the Knight's Ring. I think I might change the Knight's Ring back to the Lloyd's Sword Ring after this. The only thing I'm getting out of the Knight's Ring is the option to hold up my shield if I wanted to, which I don't. Yeah, we're getting the same about 3-hit stagger for phase 1. No backhand. One, two, three, four. I misread that sequence. Apart from that sudden death, we've gotten to a point. I think I'm getting a pretty good understanding of this fight. The first phase. The second phase is very different from the first phase. which is tricky. Pretty tricky. Given that he's phase changing at 66%, give or take, I hope he does not have a third phase, which is distinctly possible. You learned it from watching Frida. Take that. Bop you right in the noggin. As far as whether he will or won't do a follow-up swing, I have found the telegraph, but it's incredibly hard to differentiate. If he's going to do a follow-up, he keeps his arm tense. If he's done, he relaxes his arm. And yeah, that's the entire difference I've been able to perceive. But if his arm is inside of a, like the side of a wall, I cannot tell. One, two, three, four. Yeah, those 3 and 4 dodges you can actually buffer between. Like, you can just do those as fast as you can input them. Whoops. I zonked there for a bit. Like, yeah, I can hit him now when he's readying an attack. Super weird. Okay, I want to push through the first phase. I'm using the Chloranthy +3, so I don't think I need the Grass Crest. And I'm going to reintegrate the Rotten Grewdragger into the strat to get through phase 1 faster. Because I was definitely getting more damage out there when I was getting the poison proc and then switching to a mace. Sorry if I'm not much for chatter during this boss. I'm just very focused. Are you entertained? I hope so. Oh, he didn't do a he didn't do the grab stab. Okay, there the poison ended. He's still not poisoned, he just got staggered. Now he's poisoned. Very good, very fortuitous that he went into that attack. He's got me before doing the, what's it called? Doing the backhand after that kind of, rushing slice. So I'm glad I didn't let him get me there. Oh. Okay, so that spinning cut, if it hits me with the cape, can kill me. So I need to watch what he does very carefully after he does the downward slam. I would like to take advantage of the downward slam, but it's clearly that I need to verify that that is at the end of a combo before I do. Because if he goes downward slam to spinning swing, I need to dodge out. I think next one staggers him, so it's a bit unfortunate. I don't want him to do a big vulnerability window and then take a stagger out of it. That happened because I wasn't counting. I knew that one had tight timing because I figured he would be coming in for the grab stab. So I'm glad I got it without getting punished. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Ha! Alright, let's get in some practice. Gah, I accidentally, like, I buffered in something I didn't mean to. I also need to test poison on him in second phase. Because if that works, that opens up a lot. Yeah, I did the input for a dash attack, and afterwards I'm like, why the heck did I do that? That's such a silly idea. He's just standing there, menacingly. Don't throw that out. It's absolutely not going to work. Nope, that was the wrong time to go for the weapon swap. I distracted myself when I needed to dodge. At this point, I'm mostly looking at the stagger as like, neat, free stamina. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was at a bit of an unfortunate angle for that one. The fourth swing basically started up inside my hitbox. Alright. So let's test poison on this phase. See if we can make that happen. Right, I can't back dodge that. That's like the biggest, nastiest thing. I dodged too early. That attack doesn't actually cover a lot of ground. I can actually just give it space, and he'll just throw it out, and it'll be fine. Because he's not lunging terribly far forward to do it. Alright. I think I'm going to give myself 40 more minutes to work at this. That'll be the 4-hour mark for the stream. And, like, we've done some good progress tonight. Ouch. One, two, three, four. Yeah, between 3 and 4, I'm just buffering the dodges. It's super easy. The Chloranthe +3 is definitely letting me take advantage of some things I would have to wait through. And there's phase 2. He has an advancing crossbows and a retreating crossbows. The hitboxing's not different, it's just the way he behaves. I mean, hitboxing, it's a crossbow flurry of nonsense. I need to stop back dodging all of his stuff. Escape didn't kill me because I got enough distance. Oh, he can do a down slam after pulling back up, so he can do a 1, 2, 3 attack. That's the first time I've seen that specific pattern. I think. Pretty sure that's the first time I've seen that particular setup. I do like that phase 2 moves you off the stupid slope without having to kite the boss. I think I got him within the scope of the first poison. So that's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to count the hits I get with the dagger. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's poisoned, isn't he? Yep. That was a really nice stagger. Woo! Close. Ah, he got me. I definitely got him down past the half mark there. I pushed over 2,500 damage after getting to phase 2. I could cleanly say that he has probably something like 12,000 health, more? 14,000? Probably about 14,000. Because it's over 3,000 health to get him into phase 2. And it looks like that is a little bit less than a third, probably, is more than 3k. I'm gonna guess he's got a clean 12,000. Which is not making the healthiest boss in Dark Souls. He's just got an absurdly good resistances. Slurp. What are you attacking, old man? I'm not even there. One, 2, 3, 4. That's the second attack. Okay, now I can drink. Stagger. Take it. Tricked me. He got me to take that discus attack. was a really lucky stagger. Better lucky than good. That's nasty. That's alright. I think he just got staggered by poison there. Uh-oh. He's doing something new. Uh-oh. You can fly! He can fly, and he's got a phase 3. Yep. Okay. We got to phase 3. That's something. And phase 3 doesn't have a proper cutscene transition, so we'll keep poison on him, going from phase 2 to phase 3. Phase 2 is actually pretty formulaic at this point. He's not very mobile during phase 2. You're mostly just walking around him in a circle, dodging some attacks, getting in some hits. But for that entire phase, you react to most of his attacks in the same way. Just roll right. That's it. Just roll. Play Dark Souls, bro. Just roll. That was a nervous dodge. Take stagger. Slurp. Grab stab. He didn't want it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need stamina. Okay, we actually pushed 5,000. 5,000 was the border that cut him into the new phase. Not counting the hits we used to initially establish poison. Okay, we can't just walk that. I wanted to see. Ah, shoot. I didn't re-engage properly after the weapon swap. I lost a bit of my momentum. Alright. We got a lot of fight to get through to practice the new segment. About a clean 10,000 HP before we can see his new stuff. Once you can like really count out the staggers, this does feel a little bit like beating up an old man for phase 1. Yeah, he got me. 5, heal. Stagger. Eh. If I had committed to attacking him sooner, he would have staggered. Oh, no stagger there? Shoot, I had the count wrong. I really thought I could just do 2 hits to take him into stagger for that. I think the amount of stagger you are building up is slightly different for charge attacks and attacks that come out of rolls. I'm not sure how that exactly works. That was just lazy. One, two, three, four, 5. That was very lazy of me. I just want to fight the second and third phase. Yeah. Once you know how to get through something, the same, like, tension isn't with you. So you wind up getting hit by some casual stuff. Yeah, you're poisoned. Blip. There we go. Marginally less lazy than last time. Hey, there are bits of it where you just sound so tired. You should take a nap. Oh, 3 cape hits in a row. Nothing but cape. I got the poison on him. Some of the cape hits come in far enough behind the regular hits that I might actually be able to, like, get in 2 dodges and avoid it. Maybe. Tough call. That was a very lazy heal. I'm spending a lot of stamina on, like, nothing. At this point, I think I should optimize my armor for his like phase 2 and 3 spell damage types. Because like the sword is barely hitting me. And I think from phase 2 on, the sword will be lethal anyway because it's coming with a cape hit. Well, then again, my armor's set up, my equipment's all set up right now to make sure that when he does the feint slam, I don't die, and he still hits me with a feint slam often enough. Yeah, I don't know if I can give up that much leeway. So I'm not going to get that much attack damage out of changing anything around either, because it's not like I'm using a Flynn's Ring setup. That's always one of the tricky things in Dark Souls 2, is every single time you're in your SL1 run, you're like, I would like to die less. I'll be like, alright, kiss your Flynn's Ring goodbye. One of the single most powerful aspects of your run. If you're staggered, you definitely got poisoned, so let's change that around. There's a lot of this now where I'm like watching my stamina meter a bit more than I'm watching the boss. It's so weird, like attacking me from under the sand. I didn't get hits on him there because I was attacking up a slope. He's not poisoned anymore. There we go, a nice big telegraph. Ouch. Winged me. That should give me more than enough space to heal. He is poisoned. So part of the trick of avoiding the cape attacks is the cape always moves with the direction of his swing. Okay, that was an early swing to take. I think I can... Okay, no. I can't run out of that. It covers... It goes very, very far back. So that's a little something new to learn. We were about halfway through Phase 2 at that point. Alright, this is the point where I'm going to call it a night and give myself some rest. We're just shy of the 4-hour mark. I think we've made a lot of progress today in terms of defeating Midir. We took out the Soul of Cinder, and we learned a lot about Slave Knight Gael, though we're not, you know, quite finishing him off. We're barely touching Phase 3 at this point, so definitely got a lot more to figure out. I'd like to thank you all for joining in. I'll be jumping back into this on Wednesday at around like 5 or 6-ish type of startup, probably more like 5:30, 6 startup. So, you know, I hope I'll see you again. For now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up another streamer in the category to pass you on over to in a raid. Let's find somebody. Who is on Twitch for Dark Souls 3? Let's see. We've got a no-hit speedrunning. Let's see, that guy's playing Elden Ring. I'll let him go. He's doing just the scimitar in like a new game plus a heck of a lot. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's just somebody else who's doing another Soul Level 1 run. Let's check him out.